It was announced yesterday that Amazon workers across the US are gearing up for a strike this week. So here from The Guardian, it says moves come after a company fails to meet deadline to begin contract talks with workers in Staten Island, New York. Thousands of Amazon workers are gearing up to strike from Thursday, days before Christmas, over the tech giant's refusal to begin negotiations over a contract. Union locals are preparing members for pickets and actions outside Amazon facilities around the U.S. Amazon was given a deadline of December 15th to agree to open talks with workers at the company's JFK 8 warehouse in Staten Island, which became the first Amazon warehouse in the U.S. to win a union election in 2022. Remember, there was Christian Smalls and a lot of other people from their own Amazon labor union, the ALU, that did that on their own primarily, despite not having the backing initially from a lot of sort of the larger union apparatus. And they won that election, which was unprecedented and absolutely incredible. So this again goes on. This is the Teamsters that are primarily heading this specific, strike action. There's going to be potential strikes in Queens, for facilities in Southern California, people in Skokie, Illinois, which is closer to where I am from, as well as in Atlanta. There's a few others that are tentatively up in the air as well, but Sean O'Brien came out and said the corporate elitists who run Amazon are leaving workers with no choice. Greedy executives are pushing thousands of hardworking Americans to the brink. Amazon rakes in more money than anybody. They subject workers to injury and abuse at every turn, and they illegally claim not to be the rightful employer of nearly half their workforce. The rigged system cannot continue. Amazon must be held accountable to workers and consumers alike. If workers are forced onto the picket line, Amazon will be striking itself. So I see this a lot whenever there's going to be a strike, from anything from warehouse employees to delivery services to the dock workers that threatened to go on strike just a couple of months ago, where people come out and say, I hope you are ready for more expensive gifts for Christmas, or I hope you're ready for groceries to go up, or this or that, and kind of saying this is not the time kind of rhetoric, when that most certainly states this is the perfect time for these workers to strike and to organize, because you're literally stating that they are vital to these kind of norms and decorums that we follow, whether it's people being able to get, quick deliveries from Amazon, or in the case of the dock workers, handling a lot of imports and exports that have a lot to do with the groceries people might get, or a lot of different materials people use on a day-to-day basis. That is the exact time to strike. And it's just it's not surprising to me, but it's just so disappointing to see so many Americans only care about themselves, only care about how things affect them and maybe them and their immediate loved ones, and not the collective good, not people living in the most productive time in society, living where there's the most wealth and the most wealth centralization and the most wealth disparity since the Gilded Age. So I'm sorry, at this point, with Amazon above all else, if you complain about this, if this actually happens and you don't get your gifts on time for Christmas, or things go up a little bit more, one, still blame the corporation for that. Two, get your head out of your ass. You don't need your little treats. And three, start thinking about the well-being of the everyday worker. Stop caring about the little conveniences that you've normalized and conditioned yourself to expect. And remember that it is workers day in and day out that make these things that you take for granted and that you use daily possible. So solidarity to the workers. I hope they get what they want. I hope they don't have to strike. But if they do, all power to them.